Hey guys, just showing. Was at the local fish store yesterday, and that's New Life Spectrum, the really small pellets floating around, and I promise they're going to get eaten because there's a lot of guys down here that are hungry looking for it. But what's really wild, what I've noticed, and yesterday at lunch, I actually went by my local fish store, and they had Amano Shrimp and Cherry Shrimp, and they were selling them for like $1 a piece, $1.29. I don't know. I got 6 of one, 6 of the other, and the whole thing was like $30 after tax. And if any of you have ever seen some of the prices for Amano Shrimp, they're rather high. And I've seen Cherry Shrimp going as high as $10 or $12 a pop on some of the websites. So anyway, it was just neat to see that my local fish store had them. The thing I'm pointing out is these guys last night got up on these lily pads, and these New Life pellets are kind of coming in here and hanging around, and I think they're eating those, and they're also eating the algae off of the lily pads, which I thought was kind of cool. Anyway, I never dreamed that they would find a way to get up on these, but they are, and there's a cherry on the left, and that's obviously, I think it's a female because it's a little redder. I don't think the males are as red. And then that's an Amano on the right, and they're just a neat part of the aquarium. And let me see if I can't do a better job. And the thing that's annoying for me is when I put the New Life Spectrum pellets out, and these lily pads tend to catch them. And if any of you guys have any ideas about that, or if you have the same thing and found a way to get around it, I'm not sure. I'm trying to find a way to do my lighting better here so I don't get the glare if I go this way. But there we go, turn it up. But the thing that I've noticed is that these pellets tend to collect, and it's really kind of annoying because you're feeding the fish, and if you notice, I've got a really good flow rate over here. And it's moving things rather well, and to give you an idea of how quick that is. But what happens is, look right here, these lily pads kind of form a little bit of a dam on the top layer, and you can see here where this lily pad's actually funneling that New Life Spectrum pellet. And I usually come in here after feeding and just kind of rinse them off and clean them. And I noticed when I was going to come in here and do the same that these guys are here, so I think they'll probably eat all that. I don't know, that's a lot, but kind of neat. Cool to have some Amano shrimp. They're really difficult to breed if you've looked at that at all. They actually live in they live in salt water for a period of time, and even the young live in salt water, and then they migrate to fresh. And very interesting shrimp. So definitely excited to have it in the tank. I've got a lot of the cherries and the ghosts tend to, or I should say, any other shrimp I add to this tank, and I got some, can't remember what it was, a lemon or orange shrimp, and they like to hang out here on the top as well, and they would even hang out on that magnet back there. If you see that, they'd hang up high and always hang at the top. And the problem is when they do that, these guys right here easily spot them, and I have no problem having them as a snack. So these 3 guys here are very fond of shrimp, and they're still juvenile. They're not full grown, but they're cichlid, and if they can get it in their mouth, they're going to eat it. So that's how that works. But what I wanted you to see is these ghost shrimp. It's really odd. These ghost shrimp. These guys hang on the bottom, and they hang on, and you can see them. They're focusing on some New Life Spectrum pellets, and look at this guy. He's just going to town on them. You can see him just eating them away. But these guys. They don't seem to be bothered. And what I've noticed is the ghost shrimp that I have that have been in here a while, they actually kind of blend in. They get kind of dark, and I don't know if it's because some of the sand gets in their body, this black Tahitian moon sand gets in their body or what, but they really, you know, they get left alone. And you can see there's actually 3 right there on the angle. Actually 4. There's a bigger one. See, look, he's probably going to get up on that piece of wood maybe. Oh, he's going under the... But that's a huge one. But they're rather large, and the angels, you know, there's an angel right here. And I promise you, if that was a red cherry shrimp on that black sand, the angel would just be on it in a heartbeat. I've seen the angels chase red cherry shrimps around, which probably explains how that one got up on that lily pad back there. But anyway, just a quick tank update. If you notice, these guys, they just like to be on film. But the cardinals and the neons are almost 100%. There's just 1 or 2 that may have 1 or 2 dots. And I probably did a water change yesterday. Been doing a lot of water changes. In the last 2 weeks, I went through one of those small bottles of Prime, if you can believe it. And give you an idea of what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this bottle right here is it's almost empty. It's kind of sad, but everything's doing well. The lace plant's doing well, and the lily pads are really trying to choke out the light here. And what's interesting is, if you notice this little sword right here, it's losing a lot of its color, and it's not doing as well because of the low light. Over here, even though it's under a lace plant, you can see the really dark green leaf on the right doing very well. And the pink is usually a sign that it's getting high light. But same plant, good light. Right here it's getting choked by the lily pads. And anyway, I just thought that was an interesting observation. And this guy's not doing as well either. He's got a lot of roots out, but anyway, alright, I got to get back to it, but you guys, thanks for watching, and I just thought I would give you a shout out. But the shrimp, I think shrimp are really cool for a tank. I've got a nice area over there for them to hide out in and hopefully survive. And we'll see how they do. Keep you guys posted. And appreciate everybody watching. Here's an overall view of the tank. And it's going really well. No complaints. A little bit of work with the ick. And I think Dustin was right when he said, you know, Dr. Tim said it as well. He says, you know, if you don't, I'm borderline overstocked, or I've got a lot of fish in there. If I had less fish, it would be a little less work right now. But it's a lot of fun, and we'll see. We'll see. I think that it's just going to continue to get more and more stable, and the fish are going to feed the plants, and the plants are going to help, you know, make the water oxygen rich, as long as I keep the lights going. And the thing I really focus on is just water quality and making sure that the algae's in check, because an algae bloom or beard algae will really kill your plants quickly. So, but that's really it. As long as I keep the water quality high and I keep a lot of junk out of the water, so I'm not putting nutrients in there, you know, so too much food or, you know, too much whatever. If I keep that in check, the beard algae should not be a problem. So, but anyway, I appreciate everybody watching, and yeah, those shrimp, I'm going to have to go clean the lily pads, but I'm going to cut this video right at 10 minutes and just let you guys watch. But I appreciate all the new subscribers, appreciate everybody watching. It's been a lot of fun, and I enjoy all the videos and the comments, and I'm curious if you guys think that my suspicions are correct, that this is all about light. And notice there's no lily pads above that, but here we got all these lily pads. So just curious what you guys think. And the twig of water sprite back here that I put between those swords, it's getting a little bit of light, But Water Sprite doesn't need highlight, and so I'm thinking that it may do okay. Hope he's not going after a shrimp. Nope. But, alright guys, have a good one. And I'm definitely over my time, but, it's a Wednesday. Hope everybody does well. You guys take care. See ya.